why the series is ending in 5 chapters? Because we're in the end game. We've been in the end game. Uh, it's there's a lot of people complaining that it's being rushed, but honestly, Imo, probably needs to. A lot of a lot of everyone is dead. A lot of everyone is dead. Probably better for everyone. Where is that gif of the rat like doing a little like full body hoot 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 me about the MHA ending? My Hero had a lot of promise. The way it ended though, wow. Unfortunately, a character I didn't really care for lived. They killed him like twice and then he didn't stay dead. I wanted him dead. I wanted... Actually, God. Fun fact about My Hero Academia. I did not fucking watch it in high school or get into it in high school at all. It actually took a decent bit into college to be, into it. Because, there were some guys at my high school who were really aggressively into My Hero Academia, and they would pretty much harass anyone who was vaguely interested into anime It's like, have you seen My Hero? You should watch My Hero. You should watch it. It's good. It's good. The manga is good too. You should watch it. You should read it. You should. And it was like, oh my god. You're the kind of people that make people hate series just by virtue of existing. It was so fucking annoying. It was so... Like, I didn't even watch, like, episode 1 until, like, into college. Because people in my high school were so fucking annoying about My Hero. Not me not paying attention at fucking all. Me looking at my phone like, huh, there's messages. Dipshit. It was super funny when it got announced that it fucking ended as well, because in another server I'm in, someone announced it was like, oh my god, it's so bad, and I got directly added like, sugar, like it was like sugar, come look, it was bad, it ended finally and it's bad. I'm like, yes! Okay, that's a difficult song. Honestly, for me, my thing is like, you can like promote a fucking thing that you like, but the second you start harassing people to play it, you're just fucking annoying and you should stop. Like, for me, like, I'm into JJK and I'm like, oh hey, if you're like looking to something to get into JJK, it's really interesting. But I don't sit there and like, every conversation I have with someone is, you should get into it, you should get into it, you should get into it, and that's what people at my fucking high school were like. It was terrible. I stopped fucking going to some clubs just because of people like who would sit there and like harass people to like get into the thing they were into, and I'm like, alright, how about no? Like, I don't actually hate My Hero or anything, keep in mind. It's just, people were really fucking annoying about it. So I was like, thank God, when it finally ended. I was like, thank goodness. Maybe now people will stop harassing me about it. Maybe. Oh boy, the lag! Oh god, the lag again! Fucking terrifying that it lagged that much. Hello? What was that? Twice in one song? I'm glad that no popular ship became canon though. How the fandom acts of ships somehow makes me anti-everything ever. Honestly, what I think is really interesting is like, you can have ships become canon, it's just that, honestly, you know what? Unpopular opinion that's gonna get me like burnt at the stake. Honestly, fandom became more toxic after COVID. I'm gonna say it. It became more toxic after COVID. Because during COVID, there was nothing for anyone to fucking do. In COVID, there just wasn't anything to do, and all the people who, like, gave people shit for being nerdy and stuff, there was nothing they could fucking do. They couldn't go out and do whatever. So they kind of, like, purified in fandom spaces, and you started seeing, like, all these really weird things, like, start cropping up. Like, I mean, like, there were some discourses that were, like, they were happening anyways, or, like, they've been a long-stand discourse, whatever. But you also saw stuff crop up that was entirely new. Or you saw stuff crop up that was stuff that we solved, what was it, like, a couple years ago? You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking, you saw, like, old discourse from fucking Tumblr era 2012 was suddenly purifying as modern fandom discourse on the mainstream in 2020 onwards, and it was like, I'm sorry, we hashed this out back in ye olden. What do you mean it's the new current thing, huh? It was crazy. But honestly, genuinely, it was like, post-2020, fandom has been a shit show. like, it was getting bad in general in some areas, but like 2020, yeah, deadass, the chronic online behavior that was caused by COVID, good fucking lord, man. It was bad. It was horrifically bad. Incredibly bad, so bad so that it was just like, I'm still flabbergasted that people act like that. You know what I mean? Pardon me, I wandered away from my computer very briefly to grab snacks just to see if there was anything. We have some probably very stale Scooby snacks and another ream of crackers. And another... I'm hungry, but there's not a lot to eat in this house. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. No, set me free. I've been playing for about 133 minutes. We'll go back into just chatting, I think. So, main lab. Ding. Ding. Just chatting. And I'll just keep the recording going. Or, no, cause... Can you imagine uploading a 17-minute? We'll just keep it going. It's technically not a BRB. We're just gonna be in, like, just chatting for a little bit, so I can eat snack and yap. And, let me turn, the stream music back on. That might help us a bit. But yeah, like, craziness. I don't know, fandom became very odd for a while. Like, post-2020 fandom just, r/, very odd behavior. I'm also trying to figure out, what I want to play next. I should also message Gumi to be like, hello, did you want to do League? How is your D&D going? Are you still stuck in D&D? Thinking emoji, thinking emoji. And this is why Shuffle is fucking hilarious, by the way. Horror song into dee 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 dee. Also, I was correct. The Scooby snacks are fucking stale. Which is impressive, considering they are pre-packaged. Although checking them, they're apparently expired. Well, whatever. I'm hungry. I am desperate. Anyways, I think... thinking emoji. I could put us back in for some more Project DIVA. I just wanted to sort of like BRB for a little bit. Because I was like, I'm just missing fucking notes left and right now. But I'm thinking about it. And I don't know. Some teams like... Oh, I'm being DM'd. I remember my friend checking on me a few times while I was doing D&D. Happened so many times he got jealous and tried making a channel in his server to get players. That's more common than you'd think. People get, like, really weird about successful campaigns. Or not even successful campaigns. The fact that you can get a campaign going at all. Like, I get being jealous that you managed to get a campaign going. Like, over this last summer, I was supposed to start a campaign with some other people. But we only got 3 players. I was the DM. We ended up voting for, because I had set up 2 campaigns. I set up, my first campaign was good lord, what is happening in League of Legends over here? Jesus Christ, I'm like getting 5 million pings. It was scaring me. I'm just hearing and I'm like, can I help you? Can I? But I had one which was called Explorers of Sikara, which the info dump on that is Sikara is a waterlogged nation, but all places of interest are beneath the waves. This will be a treasure and exploration-focused campaign with enemy encounters, so deep sea pirates, sea monsters, etc. All player characters need to be able to go underwater for prolonged periods of time, but I'm willing to work with players to design accommodations if you're dead set on a character that in typical logic would not be able to do this. As aforementioned, everything interesting is underwater. Sikara thrives on all the deep sea diving, so pretty much all the cities and settlements of note are underwater. Instead of building up, everyone built down and around. Everything on the actual island nation itself is mostly catering to tourists who aren't accustomed to being underwater for long periods of time. Player characters can be sea Karens or foreigners. Your starter will be the same regardless. The starter is that you have been gathered as a team of explorers to crawl through the deeper and relatively unexplored caves and forgotten temples to see if there's anything interesting. It is up to you if you keep, sell, or donate any interesting artifacts, but keeping artifacts is dangerous as there are plenty of groups who make a living mugging divers who think the only thing they need to worry about is the local wildlife. And that was my first campaign. That's the one they voted on that they wanted to do this one. And then I never got any information from any of the players as to what characters they wanted to make. Like, I never heard from them ever again. And then campaign 2, which I was personally more excited for, which was called Problems in Paradise, or Verschollen. It was an investigative / exploration focused campaign, minimal combat, though you can certainly find a few fights to get into should you crave it. You have been gathered to find a missing local hero, but paying attention to your surroundings and the situations at hand brings forth more questions than it answers. Not quite an Amnesiac campaign, as all player characters know who they are and where they come from, but no one can agree on where they are right now. The only thing that everyone can agree on is this place is familiar to them, but the name of this land seems to escape everyone, as even locals cannot agree as to where they are, beyond it being a paradise. Travelers have taken to Dublin to dubbing this place as Verschollen. Will your party be able to fill in the gaps, or will important details slip through the cracks? Was my little quip for it. And I actually set up playlists for both of them. I have Pinterest boards for both of them. Explorers of Sikara, these are both homebrew, obviously. But Explorers of Sikara was the one that got voted for. And then, back in fucking March? No, April. April's the 4th month. In April, I was like, hey, if you're thinking of running a monk for Explorers of Sikara, there is potential for your character to be Sikaran, or have further opportunities for development, as there is a settlement of exclusively monks. And no one followed up on anything. Nothing ever. The last time anyone fucking interacted in this server, was in April. The 14th of April is the last time anyone fucking messaged in that server. But I mean, honestly, like, that's how D&D goes. Like, either you get a campaign set up, and then it's schedule hell from there on out, or the campaign never even gets off the ground. Like, either the campaign works out or it doesn't, basically. God, these graham crackers are so fucking stale. It's impressive. Like, genuinely, I don't think I've ever had a more stale graham cracker in my fucking life. Genuinely, it kind of sucks when D&D sessions are the only time you and a good friend talk anymore, unless you're the one to initiate the conversation and not the other way around. Yeah. Sometimes it's just scheduling. Like, dead ass, like, when I had, or not even when I had, I still do have some, but when you have friends who are in different, time zones, you do have to, like, alter, like, your daily schedule and shit to be able to talk to them a lot. And then, like, if you have the same time zone, but, like, really different schedules, like, let's say your buddy works night shift and you work day shift, then, like, yeah, there's only gonna be a couple hours where you're gonna be able to contact each other. So D&D tends to end up being the only way that you can talk with some people sometimes. It's just how it is, unfortunately. I'm genuinely impressed with how stale these graham crackers are, considering they were in a airtight sealed thing. They're so stale, it's impressive. Well, I think we've sat in just chatting for long enough, because now I can, I'm gonna queue us up for some, TFT. They've got a new set right now, which is pretty cool. TFT, thankfully, is one that I'm able to, team fight. Ding. Stream info updated successfully into the gameplay.